Okay, so Vicky and I are part of the Talent and Career Department. The mission of the Talent and Career is to work on getting the best employability for our students. And so we do that through impactful career advice, learning tools and resources. And we do that through 4 different services that we'll introduce to you quickly. And all of those are available face-to-face as well as online.
Thank you, Stephanie. So the first part of our service that I would like to present is the personal development team. They provide courses which are all about building and enhancing your career plan. It's courses and seminars that you will receive when you join us either online or in face-to-face.
I don't know if I'm sorry, but is the PowerPoint going? Because mine is just, I just have the first slide.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have the first slide too.
Okay, sorry about that. Just one moment.
Okay, great.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
But then I have the comment,
Vicky,
but we can see with the comment.
Okay.
In the upper part, part, it says activate the modification, so you'll have to activate it to put it on full screen.
Full screen.
Okay, where, Maria, sorry?
On top.
It says mode protégé under the orange line.
I'm going to start again. Can you see this now?
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
Now.
It works.
Yes.
Sorry, everyone. This is the live. This shows you that we're live here.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so the second service is career services. That's where Vicky and I are working, and our job is to advise and guide you in your job and internship search. And we do that through 2 main things: one-on-one appointment with our international career consultants, as well as events bringing together companies and students.
Then we have the professional experience team, whose job is to guide you along the way. They publish offers, 98,000 offers per year on our job teaser platform. They also manage all the internship agreements, over 6,000 internships a year for NEOMA, so you'll agree that's a high number. And they also make sure that each intern is followed up by a professional from NEOMA who will accompany along the way the students who are in internships and give them an evaluation at the end.
And the last service is community experience. We have more than 90 student associations who are here to enhance your students' community experience. And you can do that through volunteer, organization, clubs, and such.
So to go into a bit more detail, I mean, one of the questions that came out the most in the questionnaire that you filled in before you joined this webinar was actually to know what NEOMA actually does in providing help for you to find your internship. So to answer that, we're going to give you a little bit more detail about our actual actions and services. So the first part is the courses and seminars that we talked about. These are really active, interactive, experiential learning experiences. So it's not your traditional class format. And that's really important to know. What these classes will provide you with is a step-by-step method in order to get to know how you research the job market, how you research different career opportunities, and also help you to build your career and employability skills and your personal branding, which means your CV, your cover letter technique, your LinkedIn profile, and your interview skills. So all of that will build your profile. The next thing which will also build your profile is joining one of our 90 student associations. There's all kinds of associations, whether it's cultural, sport, socially oriented. We have a very wide variety of these, and what you will do in these associations if you join is be able to have opportunities to develop your soft skills, which are very, very required by recruiters today, meaning your leadership skills, project management, the ability to work in a team. You'll be able to prove that thanks to these experiences. The next thing is, obviously, I'm one of the career consultants in NEOMA. We're a team of about 10 people, and we are able to provide you with one-to-one advice. So if you need advice, we are there for you. We give about 1,500 individual appointments per year. So you'll agree that's quite a high number also. So that advice can involve maybe your career project, maybe your strategy for finding something, maybe putting you in contact with an alumni who's already done the same thing that you're interested in doing, or also mock interviews, very pragmatic. The next thing is to mention the networking services. We have over 200 professionals, a lot of alumni, but also other professionals and HR professionals who come to campus or online to give advice and their feedback from a professional company angle. And so those are opportunities not to miss. They're really important for you to be able to be in contact with alumni and others. And our alumni network is extremely important. 70,000 alumni in our network all around the world in all kinds of sectors and jobs. So if you're looking for someone to perhaps give you personalized feedback and like an image of what it's like in a company and the job you're interested in, then basically we have that. The next thing is to say that we put in place a lot of opportunities for you to be recruited. As I mentioned, 98,000 job offers published a year, but also career fairs, either physically or online, 200 employers available to you, providing offers and providing opportunities. So the point is to get you to the point where you're going to be able to succeed in those interviews and give you the opportunity to meet recruiters who are looking to hire your talents.
So Vicky, one of the questions that we had prior to this webinar is, what about the language? What if I want to do an internship in France, and what is the required level of French do I need to get that?
Thanks, Stéphanie. Yes, that is an important point. Obviously, in France, the recruiters are often looking for people who have a business level French skills. But there are some opportunities, not the majority, but there are some opportunities, and we have some students who don't have that business level of French who do find an internship. So the idea is to be aware that it may be difficult, also to look in other markets, not just stay in France looking, but it can be possible if you make the appropriate efforts and come and see us, etc.
Okay. Another question was about the visa. When we come study at NEOMA, we come with a visa for France. Is it possible to do an internship outside of France?
Yeah, it's certainly possible, but what is important to note is that the visa that you come with to NEOMA covers you for internships in France. It covers you for tourism in the Schengen area, but not internships. So the point is, according to your nationality, according to your status as a student at NEOMA, to see where you can get a visa for. That's absolutely up to you.
Okay, other questions that we had was about very specific career goals. For example, I'm an engineer. The question was, okay, I have a background in engineering and I'd like to get an internship in business. How does the talent and career help me with that? Another in the same line was somebody who wanted to work in the luxury sector.
Thank you, Stéphanie. So yeah, absolutely. Those are things which have already occurred because, of course, you're coming to NEOMA to study business. So there's a track record for students coming from other educational backgrounds and finding internships in the business area. The point is, with all the courses that we provide, with all the opportunities that you're going to have to network, you're going to be able to see what are your transferable skills, how to market yourself, and also how to network in order to try and get this project to succeed. And we really hope it will. We can't guarantee it, but we really hope it will. Stéphanie, I had a question for you.
Okay.
Do all students find an internship when it's mandatory, and is it difficult to find one?
Okay, those are really like two questions. To our knowledge, all students find an internship. We do not have students that do not get their diploma because they haven't found an internship. And on that second part of the question, is it difficult? It really is a lot of a matter of how much effort you put into it. Like Vicky had mentioned for international students, if you're looking in France, language would, you know, if you speak French, it will be a lot easier for you to find an internship in France. Other things is starts the process early. The earlier you'll start, the more time you'll have to develop your network, to go to events, meet with our international consultants. So all those things will make it easier for you to find the internship that you want. And at the end, there might also be that you might have to look to maybe broaden a little bit what you're looking for.
Thanks, Stephanie. Another two-part question, sorry about that. What are the chances of finding a job after NEOMA, and what help is given to young graduates?
Okay, the chances are pretty good. We have between 80% to 90% of our students that are finding a job 3 months after graduation. So that's really good. What help us, Talent and Career, are helping you all through your school time up to your first job. But there's also the Alumni Association, who has a career services and has what they're called tribes as well, that are present in France and throughout the world, that you can rely on as well. And as we've mentioned before, the network of alumni are more than 70,000 people. So that's quite a bit of people that you can rely on as well when you're looking for a job.
Okay, thanks, Stephanie. So to move on, just to give you some key facts and figures, I already mentioned some of these, but 6,000 internship agreements a year, so that's a lot. 98,000 offers published, 35% internationally, 65% in France. 200 companies present at our career fairs. 200 professionals present at our events. So really those networking opportunities together with the 70,000 alumni strong network worldwide is really, really important for you. 105 courses or activities. And as I said, 90 student associations for you to get other experiences to build your skills. We also have a really key part of our job is putting our resources online. So what we do is we make in-house resources to help you in all the aspects of your internship search. But also we subscribe to key platforms and we pay an overall subscription so that each student can benefit from a free premium account on platforms like iAgora, Going Global, Higher Ed, and Careernomics. So that's a really important service that's open to you when you join NEOMA. Another thing, as I mentioned, our platform, Job Teaser, that's where we put our offers, it's where we put our in-house resources and where we put the links to the other platforms. We also have Human Roads, which is a really interesting project. It's basically a data mining project which allows you to see our alumni's career paths from the degree they took at NEOMA all the way through to where they are now, whatever age they are. So it's really interesting for you to see, with such and such degree, what can I do? What have other alumni done in the past? It's really a really great resource. It's new and it's available to you when you join NEOMA. Another thing, as we mentioned, the NEOMA Alumni Association, they have a platform themselves. You have access to that from day one of your study at NEOMA with all kinds of resources, not only the alumni directory, but also other services about networking. Stephanie mentioned the international tribes, but there's also networking clubs according to different professional areas. It might be finance, it might be marketing, and you can join those clubs as well right from day one of your study at NEOMA.
And as we've mentioned before, we have more than 200 companies that are participating in our different events. Those are 40+ corporate partners that are working hands in hands with the school. And so they are present during our events, but not only. They're also present during courses, events, and via internships offers, advice to students, networking. So NEOMA has spent some important time working with those partners.
Thank you, Stephanie. So I'd just like to put forward some testimonials. Now, first of all, the idea is to give you some actual real people and their information, as opposed to us telling you the theory of everything. So Maria, in a moment, is going to talk about her experience. But before that, I'd just like to give you another example from Anuja from India, who couldn't be here, unfortunately, today, but gave me a couple of tips to pass on to you. So Anuja's just finished up her International Master in Luxury Management. Anuja was very motivated to work in France. She didn't have a business level of French, but she said, okay, I'm going to give this a really good shot. So what did she do? She used all of NEOMA resources, and she encouraged you to do the same. She made a career services appointment. She attended events, and most of all, she networked a lot with NEOMA graduates. And in the end, she had 2 offers to choose from. One was through an alumni directly, and the other one was in e-commerce, as an e-commerce assistant at Estée Lauder Paris. And she really enjoyed that opportunity, and now she's looking for a permanent job. So Maria, I'd just like to invite you to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and your degree at NEOMA, first of all.
Yes, absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is Maria PLAZAS. I'm proudly Colombian, and through a partnership of my home university on Columbia Business School for a double degree program, I joined the program Grande École, or Master in Management, and I chose the specialization of brand and business development.
Thank you. And Maria, so spoiler alert, you already, well, I think Xiaotong gave the game away earlier, but you already found your internship to start soon. Can you tell us a bit about that internship, where it's going to be, which company, which city, and what you're going to be doing, please?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to start this summer in Paris at BNP Paribas, a French bank. I would be attached to the Human Resources Department of the Risk Division, and I will be coordinating a project that it's called 1001 Solutions, that aims to cultivate a collaborative and experimental job culture to improve the performance of the division as well as the well-being of the task force.
Thank you, Maria. That's really interesting. So could you tell us what resources you found particularly helpful during your internship search?
Yes, so basically I had a finance and a marketing background, so I didn't know exactly where to go. And that's when I decided to go to the career development department to get some advices for my career path. There, I got some individual meetings where I got advices to join associations to start to be surrounded by people who share with me the same interests and construct experience and knowledge while I was studying. And also hear experiences from people by going to events and contacting them with the LinkedIn network of NEOMA. With this, I found out that BNP Paribas was a great bank with strong CSR policies, and I decided to contact different students of NEOMA who had worked or were working in this moment to the company to know what role can I take and how I could apply. In these exchanges, I found a girl that was attracted by my CV, and she asked me to send it to her. 1 month later, she told me to start a recruiting process, and well, that it took almost like a month, and I was hired then.
Okay, well, congratulations. It obviously worked out well for you. Is there anything that you would have done differently if you knew before in your internship search?
I think I'm pretty happy with that I did, especially because I'm happy with my internship, but definitely I would say that I would have integrated more with my French classmates since the beginning, because we started to become more closer like at the end of the year and before the COVID situation started, and actually they have a lot of experience on job search and internships, so they got to share with me useful tips. They checked my CV on French, my cover letter, and I also got to practice my French with them, that I knew that it was important to get to a company if I wanted to work in France.
Okay, thanks. Is there anything that you found surprising along the way during your internship search?
Yes. So basically there are two things that I found the more surprising. On the one side, NEOMA's networking, people people are actually really happy and appreciate that you ask them about their experience, because I actually was talking to people that I didn't know through social media. So I thought that I thought that I was going to find someone reluctant to me, but actually it's a culture of help, and it's something really common that people do because they know that they were on your place, so they are willing you to help. And on the other side, like the well-planned activities and career department structure that actually helped me to enhance everything that I was doing and provide me guidance and all the information that I needed to succeed in my career and professional path.
Great, thank you. So is it mainly the networking that was most successful for you? Or is there any other tips or anything else that you'd like to add about what was successful for you?
Okay, yeah, I think it was like a combination of all. I would say that the key was making use of the tools that were at my disposal and taking everything as an experience and an opportunity to learn. Definitely what I would suggest, and is what I did, and it was what it worked for me, was to participate in every event that I encounter. And when I say every event, it comes from going to associations, joining the school council, but also enjoy the trips with other international students, go to meetings or parties with your French classmates, because actually this becomes an opportunity for you to prepare for your job. Like every time you meet new people, you have to prepare your pitch because you have to tell who you are. You improve your communication skills and interpersonal skills while getting some inspiration from other people's stories.
That's great. Thank you so much, Maria. I really appreciate you coming today. Can you stay with us because we're going to move on to the Q&A part?
Absolutely.
Xiaotong is looking at the written questions.
I'm looking at the chat box. Actually, I answered several very simple questions already in the chat box. You can see it. Otherwise, we have Ramanuj. Sorry if I pronounce very badly your name. Who asked that during this pandemic, what is your view regarding French job market in financial technology area in coming months? Yeah, it's very special sector. Also, Nancy asked the same questions, but it's about the jobs in luxury sectors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Vicky or Stéphanie, you have...
Well, we can, I mean, I can start and you can, I mean, we'll both answer, I guess. What we've seen is during this COVID, there has been companies that put their recruitment on hold. You know, particularly for what we've seen it, for example, in terms of internship in luxury. Obviously, a lot of it has to do with business and sales and things like that. And so it has been put on hold. But now we see that it's starting slowly again. And we've been in touch with the companies for internship, for jobs, for all that. And they've been staying pretty confident that, you know, the offers and the recruitment was going to start with maybe a bit of delay due to that COVID period.
I totally agree.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And I just want to add something because I don't know really very well the job market in financial technology area, but I did a webinar with one of our professor for the luxury marketing. Actually, she mentioned that luxury is one of the sector which was very few touched by the pandemic. Actually, people are investigating actually in this sector. So let's see, we do have some job opportunities behold, but let's see the sector, they have still a big future. Like I talked with one of our professor in finance also, he said that we may face to a change actually, change in the sector differently, but it's still going upper.
Yeah, we actually, just to add, we do have students finding opportunities every day. So the reality is the job market's not at a stop. And what we notice in general is that the students like Maria and like Anuja who come and see us, who apply all the advice that we can give and attend all the events. But as Maria said, not just the events that Talent and Career provides, but all the NEOMA opportunities. Those are the ones that are going to succeed. So whatever the job market is, it only takes one opportunity for it to be the right one for you. So what you need to do is make sure that you're the person that's hired for that job.
Yeah, and to be sure that this pandemic situation is for all of us. So it's not only for you, not only for the new students, and we will be adapted at the same level actually. So Ramanuj just added a question: what level French language requirement is advisable for international students? Like you suggested for level A1, A2, B1, B2.
I think students coming with, say, already a B1 level, they have a chance of gaining the B2 level by the time they're actually looking for their internship and being able to take interviews in French. Below that level, it's more difficult for them to have the business level of French that we were talking about.
Okay, great.
So the earlier they start learning French, the better. And yeah, we do see students make significant improvements because there are, I think there's a small fee for it, but there are courses in French each semester that students can join.
Yeah, I just answered one of these questions. We do propose French classes based on your level, because at the beginning of the classes, you will have a test that you will be affected in different level class. And it's around, I think you only pay 130 euro for semester, and you have 30 hours per semester. So that means you will have 60 hours if you do a MSc, for example, a 1-year program. It will help really a lot. We have also AD asked a question: in gap year, can a prospective student apply for a 1-year contract for an internship, or should it be a mandatory 2 6 months internship?
As far as I'm aware, it's 2 6-month internships during the gap year for the PG, the Master of Management program. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's for French.
To my knowledge, it's a legal requirement. It's a legal French requirement that's linked to the number of hours of courses that you have, which is why it has to be 6 months twice.
Okay, great, thank you. Vicky, I don't know if you can see in the chat box. We have oh yeah, okay. So Stéphanie, you can maybe read it and answer it. We have Tripta, who said, you can see the chat box or not?
No, I can't see it.
I can read it. Hi, I have been selected to join the MSc in Digital Expertise for Marketing program. Since this is a new courses, how do you intend to connect the students for internship, since it's a new course? It's one of our new program students.
In digital marketing, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the point is that we actually have a lot of alumni who already work in digital marketing. So even though the program is new on paper, we actually have students who've been taking marketing specializations or master's degrees with us for quite some time now, and who actually have really amazing jobs in that sector, who are actually in a position to hire students, or at the minimum give advice. So I don't think that should be an issue.
Okay, great, thank you. We have Nancy continued to ask for a question, but I think it's about the class to be online or offline. I will just leave in the chat box. Here we go. Now, questions not relevant to the talent and career. You can just send the email to the admissions. I'll just leave it now. We will answer you later, because yes, so that you can see. Just drop me a quick email with your questions and mention that you've been in our webinar. We will answer your questions about the program. Okay.
Just to mention.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I'm sure we're saying the same thing.
Talent and career courses have been taking place throughout this whole period where it's been all online. So we switched to courses on Zoom. There's actually a variety of tools on Zoom where we'll be able to break out into small groups, work in smaller groups, and have the same level of interactivity whilst not being in a physical classroom together. So that's part of our adaptation.
Same thing with one-to-one appointment with career consultants. Everything has been switched online, and so everything that we offer have been available when people have been basically not on campus.
Mm. And I noticed there's a question. Sorry, I noticed there was a question about a student who's interested in the Master in Luxury Management, and if they can access our career service in Reims when they're actually physically in Italy. And the answer is yes, because we are used to giving those video appointments either via Zoom or another platform. And so no problem to keep following up with you as long as you're a student at NEOMA or a very recent graduate, and we will continue to offer you all our services.
Okay, great. I just finished the questions of Tripta, who was selected for MS in digital expertise, who mentioned, I just got the information that there is an opportunity for the courses for the January intake, January 2021 intake, so that the list to the internship to start by August, September 2021. Will the timing affect the internship opportunities?
Of course, the internship opportunities will take place at a later date. Having said that, it shouldn't affect your ability to find an internship.
No, because we have programs, we have other programs, different years or different programs that are starting at August. So it might, you might have different opportunities depending on which months, but it doesn't affect the numbers of opportunities because that's part of, it's a regular time where internship starts with the school.
Yeah, I just want to add that, Dripta, if you read carefully the email which informed you about the January intake, you will see that we have different module. That means either you start with the January intake and you do internship and then the fall semester. If you cannot find the internship during the classic summer vacation, let's see, you can switch to summer vacation and do your internship later. So it gives you two chances to find the internship, and otherwise you can just drop me an email to admissions. I'll explain you later in details. In any case, we have already think about the internship timing and planning. It will be not effective for our students. We have Mariana. You didn't pay attention about the answers, just Vicky answered. So about the French level, as Vicky just said, is let's see, if you have a B1 level, you will have a bigger chance to find easily job opportunities in France. It will help a lot. And again, we provide different French classes to help you to improve your level. And we have Francisca. Hello, everyone. Regarding the Master in Luxury Management, which is held in France and Italy, it will be possible for students to participate to events in Reims in the first semester and benefit from NEOMA Career Department after they left for Italy.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, all our services are available online at a distance. So as long as you're a student or a very recent graduate, you'll have access to all our services and be able to make appointments.
Okay.
And I believe that's one with Milan. Is that the one we're talking about? So they also, Milan is also organizing, I think, a career fair on that second semester, in luxury career fair, where a lot of time one of our consultants is going there as well. So you can benefit from both.
Okay, great. Shall we continue for another question? We have Akshay, who asked, after a degree from NEOMA Business School, am I able to apply for a job worldwide?
A job? I didn't catch the end.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Yes, technically you can. I mean, you can find a job worldwide. Now, if you, for example, if you're in finance and you get a specific, like a CFA is more for the US. So maybe if you go in Asia, maybe that's not, that won't be as, it won't apply as much, but technically you can, and we do have our alumni that have jobs worldwide.
Okay, great. Plus, we encourage actually our students to go find job in other countries. Yeah. And We have another question about talking about professional experience. We have Eugenio who asked a question. I have a quick question about the professional experience. Is it also possible to land to a more structured opportunity than an internship? For example, a traineeship, CDD, or something like that?
Okay, so for those who don't know what a CDD is, that's a short-term contract in France. So it can last up to, I think, 18 months, maybe longer now, or a traineeship, obviously a graduate traineeship. The answer is yes, we'll take any type of professional experience as long as the content of that experience aligns with the content of your program at NEOMA and that you can prove the experience that you're having, then we can consider that on the same level as an internship. However, I think maybe it's a cultural thing. In France, as Maria was explaining, she's going to be doing some incredibly interesting things, working with people at a high level, transversely across the company, and internships in France are a really interesting professional experience. They're something that's going to be a springboard for you to move on to your future graduate career. So I know that in some countries internships may be at a lower level, but that's not the case here. If you're master's level students in France, then you're looking at a significant level. Of course, you're going to learn, but you're going to have responsibilities. Okay, great. So when we talk, of course, in different countries, as you mentioned, the notion of internship it may be different. So we have Andre ask a question about technically what's the difference between stage and alternance. So between internship and apprenticeship. Yeah, that's an interesting question. What's important to know is that there's legal framework for both of these things. In order to do an internship, you have to be a student at a French institution and take a certain number of hours of courses in the year in order to access the internship, and it has to be an integral part of your course. For the apprenticeship, that is open in some courses but not others. So you need to check is this an opportunity that's open to you. Also, if you're coming already from another country, then the internship normally is accessible after 1 year of study in France. So these are legal constraints. So you may want to do an apprenticeship, but you actually can't necessarily access it. You need to check what's possible for you in your personal situation and given your program. And the other thing is, an apprenticeship generally in our school, according to the program, it's going to last 1 year or 2 years. So basically, it's going to be a similar situation to the internship. It's going to be a learning experience, but also taking responsibilities to develop your professional skills. But it's going to be a longer experience. And an apprenticeship is actually something where you're going to alternate periods at school and periods in the company. So that's the main differences. Great.
And just to add up, apprenticeship is in a French company. So if you're eligible for apprenticeship, then your level of French has to be perfect because it will be in a French company from the legal framework.
And for international students, you can't in the first year to apprenticeship. When you arrive at France, it has to be the second year, if you want. And we have also AD added a question. Can you please give some insights on how Talent and Career works for a double degree student who's opted to get a degree from NEOMA and its partner universities? Do we offer the same service?
Perhaps Maria, you can share.
Yeah, I think I can actually. So I don't know if Adi heard before. I was in a double degree program. I'm from Colombia, and this year we had I was able to access like a special events made by the Career Talent for international students, as well as the ones that were available to my French classmates. So you can be you can have a sort of different guidance from practical stuff to events. So you will have individual appointments, events preparation. Every week there's some people from the career development department looking to your CV or cover letter if you have some questions about it. They have just one person special for international students to help them with, or to help us with the French CV, because it's different for us because French is not our mother tongue language. And also they're gonna like explain you how to, if your goal is to be here in France, how to actually like immerse yourself in this job market. And according, if you have like personal difficulties, you will actually get the help you want online or face to face, however it suits to you.
Thanks, Maria.
Thanks, Maria. Thank you a lot. Well, I see that we have some questions about the visa. As I mentioned in the beginning, for the visa issue is not our topic, unfortunately, today. You can contact, I will leave later in the chat box of the service of UP, who will be in charge of this. But I see that Ramanuj just asked if the visa is not ready yet, will I be able to join the program virtually until I get the visa? It depends on the program you're affected. So get into contact with your recruiter, you will get the most detailed answer. But most of our programs offer the virtual, the online courses option. We can wait until you get your visa to join us to continue your study physically. So we have another question. Is your department able to connect us to internship or jobs in more English-friendly countries like UK, Ireland, and Netherlands or Canada?
I think it's a two, sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
It was just to say that we have contacts. We actually have different people in our team who travel to different countries and have the expertise for those countries, who work with the alumni network and professionals locally and know recruiters and companies that recruit regularly. Having said that, as we mentioned earlier, your ability to get the visa for those countries, that's up to you to check if that's possible for you, given your nationality, given your status as a student at NEOMA. Your visa for France as a student doesn't necessarily qualify you to that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to add, just as part of the international consultants, career consultants expertise is most of them are already worked in different countries, so they have that expertise, and then we develop every year. We travel to the different countries to connect with alumni and companies to get offers and keep trends with international, and we do the same in France as well, international and French market.
Yeah. Thank you, Stéphanie. We have then Viviana. Added a question about the French level certificate. As actually, I already answered that the choice is it's your choice to take the certificates. It's not offered by the school. We only offer the French classes. But she wants to know, will that make it easier for applying for a job to have a certificate?
A French certificate.
I think companies in recruitment processes test your level of language pretty quickly. They're going to be able to see if you can fill in things online, and they're going to be able to call you on the phone and see if you can hold a conversation. So I think that beyond any certificate that you can indicate on your CV, what's most important is your actual level.
Yeah, I think it might help to get you the first interview if you have the certificate, because it proves a certain level, but as Vicky said, this will be tested anyhow after that.
Actually, I would like to sum up something to that. Like one of the girls of the Department of Career, she gave me an advice. There's a lot of places here in Rouen where you can just go and get your certification while you're studying here in France. So if you don't have it before coming, you can do it while you're studying at NEOMA.
Mm-hmm.
Great, thank you, Maria. And we will have two last minutes actually, and we will take chance to answer the last question. Are the internships are paid internships, or it depends on the company who's providing the opportunity for internship?
Okay, there's a minimum remuneration for internships in France. Any internship over 2 months long has to be paid by a company, but the legal minimum requirement is not very high. I think it's, I don't know, Stéphanie, it's 550 euros a month, something like that?
Yeah, a bit over 500.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit 500, and that's a legal framework in France. But if you're applying for an internship outside of France, this does not apply. So in other countries, this does not necessarily apply. So then it will depend on the company.
Having said that, most of our students earn significantly more on an internship than the minimum, the legal minimum. I don't know if Maria, I don't want to put you on the spot, but would you be happy to share your remuneration?
Yeah, actually, I can explain how it works for the bank. So it depends a lot on what master are you in. So in my case, that it's master 2. They have. And also it's according like to the school. My remuneration would be 1,800 euros brut, like before everything and before all the discounts. And also this company gives me some benefits regarding restaurants and transport. So you have to also like look into this, because some of the company would have like in species some benefits. Others would be just like in wage.
Thanks for sharing, Maria. I would say that the salaries that I'm aware of on internships in France are maybe a little lower than that. I've often seen maybe 1,200 euros. That's what I see more often. But well done to you again.
Great, thank you, Maria, for sharing this experience. Then just before we leave, Viviana wants to know, if I'm hired in the company after the internship, do you know which will be the process, visa cost or the documentation they may ask for?
It's a good question. Honestly, I don't, it's not a conversation that I've had with students. What I can say is that generally speaking, when a company is looking to hire you on like a permanent basis after an internship, then they will take you in their HR process, and they will process the visa and all of this.
Okay.
And also, when you graduate from school on France, you have the privilege of getting 1 year visa. So like that gives you also a gap time if you haven't find like a permanent job, if you want to stay in France.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for sharing the information. Yeah, Viviana just said thank you for the information too. I think we basically answered most of the questions we got before the webinar. And in any case, if you have any question, I will just, as I mentioned, the admission email address, you can get into contact with me. Just this, any questions about the program, about the start, the intake, something like that. And if you have questions about visa processing, housing service, you can just contact Hub Rouen or Hub Rams. They will answer you. Thank you a lot. I was very honored to be here today with Vicky and Stéphanie and Maria. Thank you, everyone. Stéphanie and Vicky, if you have last words to say before.
Well, we look forward to meeting you all when you come to NEOMA.
Yes, looking forward to seeing you soon. And good luck to you.
Yeah, we will come back to you in several days with the recording of the webinar so that you can keep the information. Well, have a nice day, everyone. Bye-bye.